Long ago, before the first stone cities rose and the oceans knew their names, there was a star that fell from the heavens. It did not crash with thunder or blaze across the skies with fury. No, this star drifted down like a feather, singing a song so soft and beautiful that the world itself seemed to pause and listen. The star landed in the middle of a dense forest, a place untouched by man, where the trees grew tall enough to kiss the clouds, and the rivers carried stories whispered by ancient winds. Where it touched the earth, a great silver tree sprouted, its bark shimmering like starlight and its leaves glowing faintly in the dark. It was called the Everheart tree, and it became the keeper of the star's song. Generations passed, and with them, the memory of the falling star faded into myth. People built kingdoms and fought wars, and the old songs were forgotten, all except by one village, hidden at the edge of the forest. They guarded the story of the Everheart tree, passing it from elder to child, warning that if the tree's song ever fell silent, a great darkness would awaken. In this village lived a girl named Elowen, whose heart was full of wonder, and whose spirit burned brighter than any flame. Unlike the others, she believed the old stories were not just tales for children. She spent hours at the forest's edge, listening for a melody only she seemed to remember. One night, under a sky heavy with storm clouds, Elowen heard something she had never heard before. The forest, usually alive with chirps and whispers, had fallen deathly quiet. A heavy dread filled the air, and in that silence, Elowen knew the Everheart tree was calling for her. Without hesitation, she lit a single lantern and ventured into the forest. The trees seemed to move aside for her, their ancient limbs groaning with warning. Shadows danced in the corners of her vision, and unseen things whispered her name. Yet she pressed forward, guided by the faintest glimmer in the distance. When she reached the clearing, her heart twisted in sorrow. The Everheart tree was dying, its silver bark cracked and dim, its leaves falling like dying stars to the forest floor. At its base, a pool of black mist swirled, growing larger with every passing moment. A voice, deep and ancient, echoed through the clearing. The star's song is fading. The darkness awakens. Only a heart fire can reignite it. Elowen didn't know what a heart fire was, but she didn't need to. Somewhere deep within her, she understood it, was her hope, her belief that the world still held magic worth saving. She dropped her lantern and pressed her hand against the dying tree. A warmth spread from her chest, through her veins, into her fingertips, and then into the tree itself. Light poured from her like liquid gold, wrapping around the Everheart tree and driving back the creeping mist. The tree shuddered and then sang once more. A melody unlike anything in the world rose into the night sky, so beautiful it brought tears to Elowen's eyes. The leaves of the forest trees lit up like a million tiny stars, and the ground trembled as the forest woke from its long sleep. In that moment, Elowen realized she had become part of the star's legacy. She was now the first Star Within, in 1,000 years a guardian of magic, a bearer of ancient songs, a protector of the light. And far above, in the endless sky, a new star was born. The world would never be the same again.